My name is Charles L. Blockson. I'm a native of Norristown, Pennsylvania. Primarily, I'm retired now, semi-retired. My title is Curator Emeritus of the Charles L. Blockson Afro-American Collection. The collection is at Temple University, Philadelphia, Sullivan Hall. It's a major collection by name. At last count, we're over 700,000 items at my university, Penn State University. I started collecting when I was 10 years old. When I was in the 4th grade, when a teacher doing History Week, I raised my hand in the Norristown Public School. Very few, we were called colored people, and Negroes those days. I raised my hand. She was a substitute teacher. I said, "Do Negroes have a history?" She said, "No, Charles. Negroes were born to serve white people." I went home and told my parents. They said, "No, we have a good history." So from then, I started to collect books. I've been collecting for 74 years since I was 10 years old. I'll be 84 on December 16th. My great uncle gave me one of his books. He was a one-room school teacher and the one who raised my mother in North Carolina. And he gave me his old history books, by Booker T. Washington, Du Bois, and all. I started collecting that. As I said, my father, he read books not to use and Oscar Michelle and all that. I inherited some of his books, which is part of this collection. I always go to the bookstores. I remember the old bookstores here in Philadelphia. I knew them all by heart. It was a mecca. My favorite one was Leary's. Leary's bookstore, located at 9th and Market Street, where I won the high school shot put championship at Franklin Field for the Junior Olympics. I rewarded myself and took a subway down to 9th and Market Street, where Leary's bookstore. They had a bookstore on the outside and upstairs and ceiling. There was a sign that said, "Old books for sale, hurt books for sale." I was one of hurt books, that meant damaged book for sale, hurt books. Then my eyes rolled around and I saw a title, Underground Railroad. My heart jumped. The title was torn. Written by William Steele, 1872. William Steele was a black man who kept records of the Underground Railroad. Later, I became a part of his connection when he helped my family history. The Underground Railroad, strange as it may seem, carried many passengers. They all were part of this great movement to liberate African people from slavery. I first heard about it when my grandfather used to sing on Sunday a song. There's a highway to heaven. I said, "Grandpa, what are you singing about?" He said, "I'm singing about the Underground Railroad." I said, "My people, your people, escaped on the Underground Railroad from Delaware to Philadelphia and Canada." When my grandfather decided to found it, the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman, were related to Harriet Tubman's father, Benjamin Ross, through marriage. Her favorite song was "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot," "Come and Carry Me Home." They sang the song in Auburn, New York, where she died, her home. I spoke up there to visit her home several times. Matter of fact, after I completed traveling for the National Geographic around the country and into Canada, all over, I started out in Bucktown, Maryland, where she was born. Then I came up to Philadelphia. She escaped to Philadelphia in 1849. She worked here for a while, and then she went up to the Canada area. I started knelt at her graveyard, where it had her name, but knelt and said a prayer. After I traveled all over the country in Canada, and then I said, this is for her, that I would be a part of this woman's life. I was surprised, put tears in my eyes, when I was contacted and said that you inherited 39 items that belonged to Harriet Tubman. I decided to donate it to the new National African American Museum of African History in Washington, D.C. So that's where it is.